So, what it do, what it does, Niaja was say, this is Carson here. Welcome to my podcast.
This is Serah Muindi. I'm happy to be on Carson's podcast.
Exactly. Heshima idumu. Heshima idumu.
Sawa basi. Nishakubali. Ni nini?
So, someone, AJ said we need to put, what's it called? Captions for Swahili.
Okay. All right.
I think we should start a petition that Swahili needs to be the language for Africa.
International language, right?
Right? Yeah.
For Africa, it's almost already there. But for like the rest of the world, it's not yet there. So right?
You should know like English, French, Spanish, Swahili.
Exactly. I have an idea.
Uh-huh.
Let's teach them one word.
So, and we're teaching them Kenyan.
Yes, Swahili.
Watanzania tafadhali mwende uko kando.
Sisi kile Kiswahili cha huko sisi hatukijui vizuri. Mtasamehe tafadhali.
Yes. We've just said God bless Tanzania.
Yep.
So what should we teach them? Let's teach them the greeting.
Okay.
The most common greeting that will go in the streets of Nairobi and you'll find.
Yeah.
Itakuwa ni sasa.
Niaje.
Niaje.
Manze.
Tunaribu. So someone will tell you niaje.
Then you say poa.
What does niaje mean?
It means how are you?
Yes.
And then what does poa mean? It means I'm alright. I'm doing
alright.
okay.
I'm alright. Yeah. So niaje wase?
Poa.
Poa. Yes. So Serah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Let's go.
Straight into it, right?
Right into it.
So what are we doing? We're doing the balance of strategy and well-being.
Yeah. Okay.
What are the early signs that you see in founders that shows you that their well-being is being sidelined? What are those early warning signs?
All right. So let's think about it for a minute. What I will usually see in a founder, and I'm like, something is happening with their well-being. First is they'll be a lot more exhausted. So you'll find that when we start a meeting, we're like, hey, how are you doing? And the first thing out of their mouth is, I'm so tired, man. I'm so exhausted.
That is not me.
I'm not sure if I should tell you what was happening before we came live on camera, but it's all right, guys. Yeah, so number one is fatigue. Usually there's a lot of, I'm tired, guys. I'm stressed. Founders will normally be saying that a lot, even though they're not really necessarily looking to do something about it. That's the second symptom. There's a lot of talk of, I'm so tired, guys, or I'm stressed. Number two, that will usually happen is that founders will start lacking sleep. So they'll have insomnia a lot more than the norm. I know, guys, entrepreneurs rarely sleep. You wake up in the middle of the night with your ideas, but sometimes this is outside of your normal, like, nocturnal days. So you're a lot less, you're struggling to sleep. When you do go to sleep, you struggle to stay asleep, so you have disturbed sleep, or you don't sleep at all, so you have insomnia. You're waking up at like 4 a.m. and you've been up all night, so you're maybe sleeping for like 2-3 hours. So usually that will obviously lead to sleep deprivation. And normally another symptom is that people get very irritable
because of lack of sleep.
Because of sleep deprivation. Exactly. So lack of sleep, stress, chronic stress, and then now we're like, hey, Carson, how are you doing today? 3 people tell you, how are you? And you're like, what is it with greetings in this company? Why are we constantly saying hi to each other?
Yeah.
I'm
Do
fine.
Your work.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
Have you experienced some of these symptoms? Let's hear it, Carson. Let's hear it. Have you?
Yes, I am always constantly tired.
Yeah.
So I think I need, and I think I need to sleep more, but then I have 2 kids.
So
sleeping is an idea.
I hear you.
It's a really nice idea that we're achieving. We're constantly telling ourselves that one day we will sleep.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, taking it slightly, are you those type of people who want to work late into the night, or would you rather wake up early in the morning and start working?
So I'm both. Just depends on the day. I sometimes prefer to wake up very early just because of the quietness, but not often. If I think about like my norm on a day to day, I would rather work later in the night. My mind thinks better and it's quiet. That's what I like about the night. The problem with the morning is that soon enough, there's always noise. People are waking up, buzzing, driving. But in the evening, once it starts to just be quiet, it's going to be quiet for a long time. So I can work for longer and I'm a lot more productive actually. Yeah. How about you?
If it was my wish, I'd sleep at 10.
AM?
10 p.m. Yes, I value my sleep. My friends know that I value my sleep.
This is so contradictory, Carson. You just said sleep for you is an idea.
Yes, but I mean, I would like to sleep more.
Yeah.
But if it was my choice, I'd sleep at 10.
Okay.
Since it's not my choice, I sleep at 11.
Okay.
And that 1 hour is a huge difference for me.
We're blaming the kids, guys. We're blaming the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have your sleeping checkpoint is 10, but you always end up sleeping at 11.
Yes.
Let's bring this to the business side.
Yeah.
When you're looking at a business before you develop its strategy, what's the first checkpoint? What is it that you look at before now going into giving this business advice?
I'd say I'd want to know what is working. Yeah. And just by the conversations, what are the people are easy to point out what is not working.
Yeah.
But you need to know what is working because you need to find their motivations and ways to like replicate that in other processes.
Yeah.
And a clear sign to see what is working is usually through interviewing the people involved and just looking at the finances. Yes, the finances tell a whole story.
Yeah.
And usually both sides, it's a very balanced view of what is working and what is not working.
Yeah.
Also, when people tell you what is working, and then of course they'll come and say what is not working.
Yeah.
If you mix that with the finances, you will see if it's a feeling or a fact. Because you can get people are saying like, I feel like we're not reaching our customers. Yeah, our sales are not enough. Yeah, money is just not coming in. Those are 3 things already.
Yeah.
And then when you come and look at the books, you're like, no, actually, they are reaching their customers. Sales are coming in, but the way the money or the way their bills are structured, for example,
Yeah.
they for example, they need to pay their vendors, the people who are the suppliers. They need to pay them. The date of paying them is before the date in which they receive money. They collect the invoices from their customers.
Yeah.
So that's why they always feel like they don't have money.
Yeah. Oh, interestingly, now from my perspective as a psychologist, I'd be looking at their expectations because there's probably a disconnect between the expectations and the facts, what's happening.
Yeah.
So they might be like, for someone in this organization, their ideal customer number is X, and they're at maybe, let's say, the ideal customer number is 100 customers per day, but they're at maybe 20 customers per day. So when you ask them, they'll keep saying, we are not making sales, we don't have revenue, but it's not that they're really not, because we fact-checked with the numbers, but it's probably that the expectation was at the 100. But let's back to you.
Yes, I think just adding on that.
Yeah.
Maybe someone is doing cooking classes. I'm using this example.
Yeah.
And they keep complaining that they're not meeting their income goals.
Yeah.
And they feel like their classes are not going.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, their classes are always full. And they are booked out.
Yeah.
They don't have any time.
Yeah.
So you now ask yourself, what are the problems? And the problem right there might be, yes, they might be undercharging their classes.
Yeah.
And usually if you look at the customer, they're like, this customer can, if you add a little bit more, they can still be able to afford because maybe the quality of what you're doing is at that level.
Yeah.
And then your classes remain the same. You lose some people who might just disturb you,
Yeah.
and you end up earning what you wanted to earn. So there are different ways to tweak it. Or sometimes someone says that if the classes, they have no one attending the classes, maybe just a handful of people.
Yeah.
And then you realize maybe their pricing is a little bit on the higher. If they just reduce it by a few, like just a small percentage, they get more people in the classes. So yes, there are ways to tweak it. So the first thing is ask them what is going right, what is going wrong, and then just double check with their finances very quickly.
Yeah. So when you do come to Hopewell Farm, we're definitely going to have our first session getting to understand these things about your business, right?
Yeah.
And what I love is that we bring the different lenses. So we look at this from the lens of the strategy. This is the first thing we need to know about your business. And we look at the people, and this is some of the first things that we need to know about you and the team so that we can be able to help you. All right. I think is there anything else you consider when you're like, this the first key thing, checkpoint, you're like, we've checked the numbers, we've checked what is working. Is there anything else that you would want to check before you even give any advice?
I guess through those conversations, I'm also picking up what the founder or what the business leader is saying. Again, it goes back to the psychological part of it.
Yeah.
So you'll just, from just what they're saying, you'll know if they're content in the business, if the business has opportunity for growth, if they're just it's in the rumblings. There's so many things that are unsaid but said in that first session.
Yeah.
And you can actually see, no, this is a small problem. Or there's more to this than what meets the eye. Interestingly, those people who come in very confused, stressed, have very little problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones who are calm and quiet.
Oh, fear the calm. Fear the calm, because they have managed to survive under stress and they don't want to blow it on you.
Still waters run deep.
They are letting you join the journey, and they don't want to show you what's really the problem.
Yeah.
And boy, when you find the problem, you're like, let's revisit our payment plans. Because
this
you did
scope
not
of work.
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's quite interesting. I feel like I want to give you a story about, working with clients and then realizing, just a minute. This client who seemed very calm, very quiet, like they only came into the meeting with like only one concern. And then you realize, nope. And I feel
you have
like...
to sit down for this.
Yes. You have to sit down for this conversation. So, this is a story about one of the clients that we have worked with before. Obviously, because of confidentiality issues, we'll usually not discuss who our clients are specifically, but you normally hear the industries they're in and some of the work that they have done. So, we walk into this meeting, with this client, and this client says, I only have one problem. And the problem is, I'm trying to get people to buy what we sell. No one is buying what we sell. So they're in the education sector and they say, we don't have customers. So we ask them, okay, what do you sell? And they go like, so we sell consultation support services. All right. What have you been doing to market these consultation services? And they say, well, when we get people calling us and asking us questions, we just answer them for free. And then we're like...
Moment of silence.
Because...
Yeah, so this is an educational consulting business.
Yes.
They need to be paid because of consulting.
Yes.
But when customers call, they give the information for free.
Yes, and they're happy to help. They're very happy to help for free.
I think they're very philanthropic.
Yeah, exactly. So I think one of the things that we do in this context is now, maybe let's bring it home from a strategy point. What would you be looking at in this case to be able to help this client? And like, what have we done in the past?
I think the client already knows that they are giving their services out for free.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's understanding because they're not having a problem of customers. It's understanding, working with the founder to understand why it's hard for them to have the ask.
Yeah.
And then that is usually just purely psychological.
Yeah.
It really has nothing to do with strategy.
Yeah.
But if we need to include strategy, because working with a client, just changing their mindset might take time. The easiest thing is to put someone else in charge of that.
Yeah.
Someone else who doesn't have the hindrances that this founder has, to be in charge of sales and acquisitions or something like that. So this person will be like, when you call, hi, we can book a meeting and these are the payments details, and that just solves the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, just putting someone else in charge.
Oh, you reminded me of when I started out in therapy as a therapist. So I used to be very uncomfortable talking about money with my clients. But it was necessary because it was part of the contracting process. So you reach out to me and we set up our first therapy appointment. But when it got to the money, what would happen is that people would haggle. The same way you like haggle when you're buying clothes at the...
Is this before someone says they need therapy? Or...
No, they've already come.
And you've already had that initial...
Where I'm like, yes, so thank you for coming. So usually my sessions, as I had mentioned on the phone, are usually 2,000 Kenya shillings or 20 pounds or $20. And this is the payment information so that then we can start now the actual session. And the client now starts saying, wait a minute, can you reduce the price a little bit? Is there a discount? And those conversations would make me so uncomfortable. Now, because I used to be very keen to help, I still am. I would usually just ask them, okay, so how much money do you have? And then they'd tell me like an exorbitant, like not exorbitant, but like a crazy, really little amount. And I'd be like, wow, I care about my clients. It's a helping profession, so I just have to help. So I'd be like, it's all right, just pay what you have, and they'll pay and they'll pay like £5 or something. But let me tell you, a lot has changed. A whole lot has changed.
So how did you change that? What did you do to...
So first of all...
Was the change you, or did you get someone else?
No. So the change had to be me because at the time I couldn't afford to hire another person. So first of all, on the phone when someone would call me and message me, I would tell them that this is how much I charge for my sessions. Normally, I don't provide discounts up front. And I would tell them that the payment has to be made before you come for the appointment. So that if a client was unable to afford it, they'd say, oh, but can you reduce? I tell them, unfortunately, I can't. However, I can refer you to someone who is at the rate that you charge, at the rate that you are willing to pay, and then you can go and speak to them and book an appointment with them. So for me, what changed was that I started to recognize my value as a provider and the expertise that I bring, and that it is okay for me to be paid the fair rate for how much I am actually charging. And also, I now built a database. If your budget is £5, $5, 500 Kenya shillings, manze uko ndio naenda na kurifa tu because utasaidiwa bado.
And then I think it now puts you in a position, since you've built a database.
Yeah.
You now literally grew another business out of that database, which is now Sema.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how I learned.
Okay. I have a question on value, and I want to turn it a little bit into negotiation. So we have been in negotiations with you.
Yeah.
And I think you realize that how you view money, how you associate with it, how you see your value and how you can articulate it go a long way in seeing if you can get paid for what you've asked. How was your learning curve in just appearing in the negotiation table?
Yeah.
Do you have examples where you literally did things for zero, and to other examples where what changed for you to actually be paid what the rate that you wanted to be paid for stuff that you're doing?
Oh, yes, of course I've done stuff for zero. Lots of stuff for zero. I remember especially, I starting out, we have so many lessons. I've remembered one of our clients who we agreed on developing a strategy for them. We did the strategy, and we had the money conversation at almost the end of the entire negotiation, and they ended up not paying. So for me, in terms of my perception of value, one of the things I recognized later on was that, first of all, having conversations about money is okay. There's nothing wrong with discussing the scope of work and then also discussing what is fair compensation for the scope of work. But it had to change in my mind. I had to recognize that the knowledge and the expertise that I share are valuable, and they have that I should be remunerated for the knowledge and expertise that I share, and that I need to be comfortable to be able to say, this is how much I charge. And the biggest lesson for me was actually from you about not being scared of losing the money. You know, there's a contrary statement of you're leaving money on the table if you're not doing X, Y, Z. But psychologically for me, I got comfortable with leaving money on the table and referring the work to someone else who can be able to do it if it's not meeting what I would be able to, what I perceive as my value and what I would be able to deliver the work at. So that changed for me. I started to recognize that no, you have to appreciate the value that you bring, and you have to lead with that instead of now negotiating on this money and assuming that your money is tied to it, and you have to be okay if you lose the deal. That was very hard. Accepting to lose the deal. Wow.
I think when you're running business, you have so many costs.
Yeah.
And in the moment, you're like, acha tu nimeki pesa. Let me just get this money.
Yeah.
It will plug in to, sort out some costs.
Yeah.
But something that I have learned is your customers, when you start business, you define yourself.
Yeah.
When you get clients, they define you.
Yeah.
So if you can't go with your value and if you can't go with your value, with what you want to do, with your purpose, if you don't lead with that,
Yeah.
and you find yourself in a position that you're compromising, for example, the pay, or you're compromising so that you can just get on with this client, by the time you finish with this client, you have lost something.
Yeah.
Your business has lost something.
Yeah.
And even mentally, it will be harder for you to negotiate better next time.
Yeah.
Every step you take is a learning. It's like you're setting yourself up for the next thing.
Yeah.
And you don't know the future. So I think even for us, when we decided to let go of some deals,
Yeah.
and we decided, you know what, our value is this. We want to work with this type of people. We have sat down for hours and we have written that this is our persona.
Yeah.
So we are not going to go for anything else but this.
Yeah.
When we decided to do that, and eventually we did get that client, guess what? It was easier for us to get the next client like that and the next client like that.
Yeah.
But if we had said, you know what, let's just take what comes, I actually think we'd still be at a certain level, just taking what comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a balance it's a very tricky balance.
Yeah, it is. Also because, especially when you're an entrepreneur, for example, and you're starting out in business, you're constantly worried about your next check. You're worried about where will your next revenue be from. But at some point, obviously, as your business grows, those kind of worries stop being there. But when you're starting out, you're really like, every penny counts, every coin counts. And so sometimes at the cost of your value, at the cost of you pricing yourself at your value. So you underprice because you are trying to get that quick income or quick revenue.
Since you're talking about quick income.
Yeah.
There's someone who says not all money is good money.
Yeah.
Talk to me about investors.
Oh, my. I feel like we're opening up Pandora's box. The word investors should be synonymous with a Pandora's box.
Hey, how you doing? You know what? Life is crazy. We actually finished the episode, but after the 29th minute, the lights just went and the recording stopped and vanished. So, it means we have to do a third episode. I mean, it just means we have to do a third episode. Forgive us. So this is me just telling you to chill. We're going to do a third episode and finish this series with Boxton and Serah. Anyway, tell me your thoughts. What part of the conversation did you like? Which part did you find provocative? Which part did you know before? Do you have any thoughts to add? I mean, I'm looking forward to your feedback. Anyway, see you. Stay dangerous.